Welcome to Failing Out Loud, my new Iron Man account. I'm here to fail publicly, at PVM, at content creation, and most importantly live with the camera on me. Here I am, showing up before I'm ready. Because courageous comfort begins with exposure. I'm a pretty ambitious person, and I'm the most lazy ambitious person you'll meet. And so I'm hoping to build a little community and get people to come watch my videos. And so yeah, once I kind of get people coming, I think, but I think I have to separate it so that I know what my audience actually wants, and I think my stream is going to be a little different, that it's just going to be me playing, relaxing, and introspecting along the way. And then I'm going to release these curated videos on my breakdown and a little bit more on my philosophy in life. And then beyond that, I think I'm going to have to make a Patreon page, because I've already made it, but to promote it and kind of get it rolling, because... Okay, pause. This video is outdated. Back then, I was still talking about kicking Patreon. I've since shifted. The real milestone now is 1,000 YouTube subscribers. That unlocks memberships so I can share deeper introspection videos without cluttering the feed. Until then, those videos will be unlisted in a playlist. This episode is both a look back and a step forward, showing where I started and setting the stage for where we're going. Think of all these things in my head and we should, organize this way, and I look at a traffic light and think about how they designed it and how it could be better, and not just traffic light, but intersections, I meant to say. What it would take to do that, of everyone's houses already are kind of in place, and so, okay, well, if you made a city from the start, how would you do it? And if you curate a city right from the start with no play, then you can't have the perfect city, but you can't make the perfect city without, it's just kind of how my head works, of I just see how everything is created and how it grows, and these ideal scenarios, and why the ideal doesn't actually exist, of making the perfect city. Well, you'd have to plan it out before it occurred, and so that no one would want to live in this unlived city. So this is it has to grow organically. Organic is not, structure. Organic is, life and death, decay. So yeah, not everything can be these grids, and to me, life is play, life is organic, just the way of the world. Let's go ahead and start The Restless Ghost. Yeah, he's gonna push me all the way over here, and we're not gonna go there yet. We're gonna go and do Miss Lane Mystery down here, so we can turn off Restless Ghost now, and instead we got a mystery to solve. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. Let's pull off the mask. Wait, another mask? And underneath, it's Tommy Wiseau. Wait, why is Tommy Wiseau here? Okay, I guess we gotta talk about this one then. Tom Wiseau, whatever, the room, it's just, he didn't care, right? Or maybe he did care. And I just love that it's just he did his fantasy. It was his fantasy, right? Of this, he paints himself as this tragic character that's just the best guy in the world, and he's just this victim to these different circumstances and these forces, and he's just the nicest person, and all the women love him, and the kids look up to him, and all these different things that you know that everyone can see when they watch, that this is what the guy wanted, right? Attractive women enjoying his company and being smooth, but he's just, in his head, he's just like this guy that probably like is of all this ability, and people just don't understand him, and it's only his circumstances that lead him to not being understood. And he's actually all these things, and it's just he's just this tragic hero, right? And he released it, and it didn't match his intentions, right? I don't think so, at least. What he wanted to demonstrate his virtue and but people kind of saw through that was his image that he wanted, right? That he's just like he's probably not that bad of a guy. Maybe he is, who knows? I have no idea, I don't care. But he wanted to be his ideal, like that's his ideal, and he's not his ideal, and that's no one's their ideal. But he had the audacity, and that's what I respect from him, I guess. The audacity and lack of self-awareness, but who knows? Maybe he's the most self-aware guy ever, and it's like, I'm just gonna release this. This is what I want to release, and this is just his fantasy on display, and it didn't matter if it was coherent to everyone else, and he probably wanted it to be coherent to everyone else, but that was what he was capable of doing, and his limitations, and yeah, he became a legend because of that, and he released it though. So he let this imperfect thing into the world and let it grow on its own, right? That's how he presented it. That's what he wanted it to be, and it grew to its own thing that was outside of his control. And I hope to be able to do that with this account, is that I have all these values within me, but the constraints and stuff are going to make it a little difficult to do everything perfectly, and I just have to acknowledge that, do my best, and not really care what people think of it, I guess. I want it to have good effects on people. That's why I'm releasing it, but maybe I'm just not that guy. So we can turn off Restless Ghost now, and instead we will do Miss Lane Mystery. I think this is a fun little quest. So yeah, I have some ideas on each thing that I could do, and I want everyone just to come in here nice and relaxed and enjoy the show. And I hope I have some introspections that people might appreciate. Those that really like my introspection and such. I hope to build maybe a little community where I can introspect more there. And so keeping the streams more RuneScape focused, I think, is the ideal. Keeping the YouTube more of the curated, how do I use a knife on the marked painting? I can't reach that. Oh, there you go. Trying to consciously figure out what each platform is intended for, what the audience is at each of those spots, and for me to offer something worthy of being offered at each spot. I want to play this game with an audience so that I can grow, is to kind of have an idea of what my ambition is. My ambition is not just to grow. It's not to make money off of, like I have better means of making money than playing this game. I'm not wealthy, I'm not able to accumulate wealth very quickly, but I can. So I'm trying to say is that I'm doing this for many reasons, and some of those reasons to me sometimes feel like they contradict each other. If I just want to create this nice welcoming environment for people, but I also want to do more, and I don't know how to always ask of, not, I don't want people to ever feel obligated. So yeah, that's part of this journey too, is going to be how to keep everything be what it's supposed to be, figure out how to grow a community. So that's really what I'm trying to get to. Is one of the things I'm going to fail out loud at is how to build a community, and I feel like I've already misspoke and gave area to misunderstand what my intentions are here. I'm one to always want to explain what my intentions are, and so I intend on making a Patreon, and I intend on not having to work again to do this instead. And it's a goal that I don't know if it's possible or not, and I'm going to go through all my money to see if that happens, and I'm going to do it by failing out loud. I'm going to do it with courageous comfort. I'm going to make it work. That's how I see it. And even if right now I'm using this stream without my intended purpose, that's okay, because there's more than one intended purpose for this stream, and so it's to play and to entertain and to grow a community and such, but it was also to fail out loud. And so these different values that I have within myself are all just being put onto this canvas right now, and I want to play with it until it forms into something. And I don't really know if I'll be able to get it to form coherently or not. And that's the fun part about playing, though, is I don't know what's going to happen. And even if I like to have all the answers and reduce the certainty of risk, and that's not what I'm here for. And so even if I don't use the stream how I intend to use it, and I kind of go off my plan when I'm playing and I get a little flustered, that's the point, I think. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing here, just feeling out loud and doing it with courageous comfort, which is basically the courage to put yourself out there and gaining comfort through that. So it's a mix of expansion and constriction, basically, to grow and to do it relaxed. So it's this idea that I don't want to rush things. I want to do it at my own time, my own pace, and I think it came this way, so maybe we should just push that. I don't know. Shoot. Okay. Oh wow, he gives a lot of time. I remember this being so difficult before. So let's just pay attention real quick, and we'll be able to figure it out. Oh shoot. Shoot. I'm not very good at this, huh? I don't think I'm able to push it because it's too close. So we gotta put this in the corner of the room. Okay, I think I got this one. Very nice. And we're gonna set up for the next one. Okay, cool. I want to create a nice, welcoming, low-key environment where people come in and chill. And, you know, if I'm able to do that, maybe people want to do a little bit more. That's all I'm trying to express. And I was just trying to outline the way that I wanted to do that. So I make my streams nice, relaxed, and just about the game. And then I, you know, can do my little introspections and yell out loud. But it's really, I just don't like asking for things from people, if I'm being honest. So that's what I think is, you know, so a failure I'm having right now is not knowing how to ask for help, not knowing how to, you know, it seems like the most basic thing, right? Of like, oh, just come here, watch this. If you want to come support me on Patreon, come support me, and blah, blah, blah. And, it's like, it's not that big of a deal, but to me, I just have a lot of difficulty on how to communicate that without, so it's just like I have these mixed feelings of not wanting to obligate anyone, but I wanting to express and communicate what I'm thinking. And, you know, people want to do things for me. That's what I'm trying to get to. But I can't even accept it sometimes. So that's one of my weaknesses, right? And then if they do, and I do accept it, sometimes I can just kind of ruin the gift sometimes too. And you know, it's these social obligations and trade-offs that we kind of make with each other. And so with my friends, it's, you know, we kind of talk and listen to each other, and, you know, we keep coming back because we enjoy it. And so that's what I'm trying to do here, I guess. And you know, we don't really have that relationship established yet, and so I'm trying to communicate it, and I'm doing it by failing out loud. And so yeah, I think we dwelled on that a little bit longer than we needed to, and I'm happy that I was able to, I think, communicate what that actually meant. And let's push on. We've unmasked the villain, but the real mystery is how people want to be seen. Rousseau wanted to be seen as the tragic hero. The masked dude in Scream, he wanted his victims and the audience to see the perfect horror he scripted. And the Miss Killer? Well, he wanted the player to play the role he imagines, the star of his show. Each of them was grasping at perception, trying to dictate how others would see the situation. And every one of them lost control. That's the irony. The harder you try to choreograph how you're perceived, the more it slips. The more it mutates into parody. Maybe that's all of us. We edit, we stream, we curate, hoping to be seen in a certain way. And failing out loud? Well, that's just admitting that. It tries to drop the mask. It tries to let go of the performance. But really, it's about trusting that when the perception turns to parody, it might still become a worthy story.